Hello and welcome to Drewster Gamer FC, and welcome back to level 20 to Premier League. So we can officially say this is season 2 episode 1, and in today's episode we are going to be covering the pre-season, but this is possibly pre-season part 1. Not quite sure yet, but we'll stick with it being pre-season part 1 for now. And as I've just noticed, as I'm on the league table side, level 19 of English football is ranked higher than the Welsh tier 5 and ranked higher than the Austrian level 10. You have to go as far as 444th, I think, in Europe or the world as competition's reputation for the Romanian league to be higher than level 19. So, let's have a quick look at our inbox before we do anything else. So we've got code of conduct, which I'm going to ask the assistant manager to sort out. And we're just going to confirm the code of conduct. And we've got a new signing, Oliver Skinner, the striker, who is too old to play. Was put into the under-21s, but he's too old to play for the under-21s, so he got promoted to the main team. And we made an offer for another striker who plays at Bourne Town, Will Bird, a 28-year-old. He's currently in semi-professional football. Oh no, they are professional status in a semi-professional league. Okay. Wait, is this in England? Yeah, this is in England. That's weird. Got Scottish. Okay. So, let's talk a little bit about our schedule. We don't know our pre-season just as of yet, but we have got Waveney under-21s as our opening game of the season on Wednesday the 4th of September 2024. And then we play Horsham Athletic. And then our third game of the season is a familiar face in Bohemian Reserves. And then our fourth game is against University of East Anglia under-21s. And then our fifth game is against Swaffham Town under-21s. And then we start October against Norwich Medics Reserves. And then we play Tuckerneston Reserves, and then we play, to end October, we play against Eastern under-21s, and then to start off November, we play Rockland United Reserves, and then we play Yakum Reserves, and then we're back to playing everybody again. So we play Horsham Athletic, then Bohemian Reserves, then University of East Anglia under-21s. And then we play Swaffham Town under-21s. And then we play Norwich Medics Reserves. And then we play Waney under-21s. And then we play Tuckerneston Reserves. Then Eastern under-21s. And then we end our season against Rockland United. And then we are away to Yakum Reserves. So we got to attend a weekly staff meeting, which we got nothing really to do in that meeting. And now And now we're going to sim up and hopefully we can get our pre-season fixtures. So, we might have a slight tactical change, but it will still be a 4-4-2. So, not quite much is going to change in terms of the tactic, but in terms of the position of our wingers, they're just going to be pushed a little bit higher. And the only other difference is that we'll be testing out the new signings throughout pre-season, seeing how they get on, and then we will slowly bring in the current players who were here last season, slowly bed them back into the team to slowly gel with the new signings. So for example, we can't really bed an old keeper because we didn't have a keeper of all of last season. Unless by some miracle we have still got one of the greyed out keepers, which I don't think we will have because we have signed 2 goalkeepers, so I don't think we should have any greyed out players for that position. So let's go to the inbox, and we just had our fixture released. Yeah. And then Royal Oaks has been invited to enter a team in the National U18 League next season. So that runs from August to May, with the games usually taking place on Saturday morning. So the board insist on participating and have accepted the invitation on your behalf. So we got some pre-season games. So we got about 4 pre-season games, and one against Marston Saints Reserves, Sandbridge Robert Reserves, Shepshed Amateurs Reserves, and Long Stratton. So we got a friendly against a team from level 13, and then another team from level 13, and then a friendly from level 17, and then the last friendly is from level 11. So quite a range of teams that we will be playing against in friendlies from different levels: level 13, level 17 and level 11. So we start off pre-season in July, and all seem to be kicking off bar the last friendly at 7:30, but the last friendly will kick off at 3 PM. And all the friendlies seem to be at home, so we don't have an away friendly. So we've got a game in 12 days' time. So yeah, so throughout this season 2, you will be seeing new badges on the thumbnails because we are facing new teams. But there is one team, if I could or couldn't have found the badge last time, will be the same within Bohemian Reserves, but mainly you're going to have new badges on the thumbnail. So we've got new player joining us on Monday 1st of July. As you will know from the off-season episode, he is from the Cambridge under 18s or 21s. So he's from the Cambridge United Academy. It's a shame that he probably won't get to make a first team appearance for Cambridge, but we are delighted to have him. He's a young player, I think at the age of 17, so he's got room to grow. So, our national U18 league that we have entered, we will be facing against Alphington under 18s, Bishop Stortford under 18s, Braintree Town, Darlington, FC Halifax, Hartlepool, Hemel Hempstead, Hitchin, Kettering, Kings Lynn, Matlock, Mickleover, Scarborough Athletic, Spennymoor Town, Tamworth, and also we'll be facing Whitby and York. So, Evan Williams only made 2 appearances for Tring Athletic Reserves and then ended up conceding 3 goals, and this was a player that rejected us. Whilst we had him on as a trial. And then here's another player that rejected us. Let's see if he's been doing well. He played 31 times, scoring 8 goals, assisting 5, and got 5 player of the matches. Where did they play? He played in the regional 1st division. That's nice. So let's continue. So we will be getting a new signing, as I've mentioned. So that'd be nice. Okay, I don't know why it's being suggested, this guy. So we're going to skip over that scouting report. I think what makes this deal a lot easier than one on the 1st of July was that we sorted this deal out to be done for the end of his contract. Wait, is that the club he's at? Oh no, it's not the club he's at. Did we attempt to sign Hooper? No, it's not. He rejected us, so there's no point trying to sign him. Left back. Can we try and sign a left back? Let's see if our director of football can try and sign this left back. So, we've made an offer for Freddie Stanley. So hopefully he can accept. So we were just praising and trying to console the player who wasn't doing well in training and praise the one who was doing well in training. So, there hasn't been a player yet so far that we had last season that I was like, we need to get rid of him. Because everyone did really well last season, but it's a shame that Daniel Braithwaite retired. And it's also a shame that our other centre-back we recently signed in the off-season, who was also 42, retired as well. So it makes me wonder why sign for the club in the first place if you're then during the off-season to decide I'm going to retire anyway. But I can't really give that answer to you guys because I'm quite baffled about that decision. And is it an age thing that when you get to like the age of 42 in this game, if you last that long, you're forced to retire? I don't know. But it's looking like I think you are, because 2 players at the age of 42 retire. So don't know if you can say that's a coincidence or there's an age limit on how old you can play, to how long, like what age you can play football up to in Football Manager. So we've got one inbox, and that's just about our financial updates, well, our monthly financial updates. So we're going to have our new signing joining us, and then 5 days after he joins, we will have a game. So we're going to ask Mema to welcome him. Thank you, Mema. Hopefully he gets back to me and wants to be our under-18s coach. No, got to keep these players in the under-18s because they will get game time, and they probably won't get game time in the under-21s because there won't be games in the under-21s. So it'll be good to keep all those young players in the under-18s, and if they do well in the under-18s league, then we can make the step up into the first team, unless the under-21s get entered into a league. So, new league, new season, and some new sets of players. So, will this change your mind on who your favourite player is? We will have to wait and see. Because whoever your favourite player was recently, from last season, might not be your favourite player this season. Because new players can bring fresh new ideas and can bring something new to the team, which can make you sit there and think, oh, this guy might be slightly better than this player. But hopefully the players from last season will still play a massive part. Despite the new players coming in, hopefully they do their part. Everybody plays together. Everybody plays well together. Hopefully we can replicate what we did last season. Not exactly go unbeaten, but hopefully we can get a lot of positive results. So yeah, officially no grayed out players. And I just realised we got a lot of players now. Probably more than what we probably need for this level. So this guy can go in goal. We'll sort the squad out properly in a minute, once we get up to the game. So we've got 6 inboxes. Fortunately, Wilbert has rejected Royal Oak and is committed his future at Bourne Town. Of course, with his new contract, I think he's getting £425 per week. So now we got a few clubs coming in for Josh Johnson, and that is a team called SWSC Lingwood, who are an amateur club in an amateur league. Hopefully they don't convince him to come to them. And then we got Gedling Miners Welfare, who are a semi-professional club playing in the semi-professional leagues, which is level 10. Okay, so we have a level 10 at 295 in the competition's reputation and a 294. Interesting. So now we got to unveil our new signing. So is Ismail one for the future at the age of 17? I think he can contribute quite early on. But yes, he really comes into his own a couple of years from now. Can come into his own a couple of years from now. Ronan, Ismail and Oliver Skinner will draw very similar comparisons. Are you prepared for the competition for places between them now? I think they're both able to shine individually and as a duo. They are both huge talents. Was released from Cambridge United having failed to make the breakthrough there Do you see something in him that perhaps others have missed? I don't want to put pressure on the lad by discussing that. Thank you, the Totally Football Show, for coming down and interviewing. In a way, with this club, I've realised I want this club to have experienced players and also players who could become legends, so young players who could end up becoming legends, and be a club that can kind of be a stepping stone for some of these young players as well. So they're the type of players that aren't really looking to become club legends. They could use this club to then go and move on to bigger and better things if they want to. And Director of Football has made an offer for Thomas Walters. Okay, I don't think we really need another striker. But I guess we might end up with another striker. No, we're not going to attend trial game because we got enough players as it is that we don't really need to trial anybody. So, let's have a look, see what we got in the inbox. And we got... Oh, right. Why? Oh, because we had to get a new assistant manager, didn't we? Advice and... No. That's not the advice and report I wanted to get. Matches. Here we go. Should come under advice. Oh no, does it come under tactics? Aha! Assistant manager Gary Smith. Then under 18s manager, and then under 18s assistant manager. There we go. So let's have a look and sort this team out. So I'm going to push the wingers a little higher. It is still a 4-4-2 in a way, but it kind of becomes a 4-2-4. So we're going to do this in the squad section so we know all their positions. So Ben Lewis, you can go in at, wait, who's currently a right back at the moment? Don't think we know this guy, do we? No, we don't. So that guy could easily be taken out the reins. At right back, left back, who's that left back again? Easily be taken out of the team. And then central midfielder can be Tung McMorin. And then we will play Bradley Simmons in there. Okay, because we've got Mema here. Let's have a think. Let's think for a second. So we need Tom Hayes in right mid. I would probably for right mid. Can this guy play right mid? Yes, he can. This guy can play right mid. Probably be handy if we play him right mid. And then for up front, I would say let's play Skinner, and then let's play Wigan Thomas. And then I think we got the bench sorted. Armelindo Mema on the bench. Who's TJ Winks? Who the flip is TJ Winks? Yeah, who's TJ Winks? Why have we got a TJ Winks here? And then Colin. We don't need a Colin. We've got given grayed out players here. Okay. We can replace that TJ Winks easily. Josh Johnson can replace Colin. Bobby Robson. How old is Bobby Robson actually? 22. Bobby Robson, you can replace Ashley Harris. And Ashley Harris, you go on the bench. Dylan Bebb on the bench. And then we got Jack Holden can be on the bench as well. And there we go. So we got our first lineup of pre-season sorted. So we're probably going to we'll get 2 games. This episode will be made up of 2 pre-season games. And then next episode will have 2 pre-season games in it as well. And then I think by the 3rd episode, we will be able to play our first game of the league season. Unfortunately, Daniel Braithwaite joins Elmore as an under-21s manager, and we've just got the signing of Freddie Stanley. What position was Freddie Stanley? Left back, who's currently with the under-21s. How good is the leading level or level 20? Is there something I could do here? Transfer status. Okay, you're not able to loan out at this level, I don't think. Let's do a compare with the left back we've got. What left back do we have? Oh, Kieran Pearson. That's the guy I was meant to compare him with. Compare with... Oh, right, look. Aha, here we go. Where's Kieran? Kieran. Aha. So, good on defending. He's good on aerial. Good technically. Good attacking. Good vision. But he's got the physical. You got the mental. Okay. Let's move you to the senior team. And then we can put you on the bench. And you can make up the 9th. There we go. So we've got a right back, left back change. Don't have a centre back change, so the centre backs are going to be staying as they are. Okay, let's see how we get on. But we will be making sure that we get their roles right within their position, because that is key. So let's get to match day. So, oh right, we're not on the day of the game yet. Or are we? Yes, we are. We're on the day of the game. Phew. So, let's go into team selection. And let's make sure we got their roles correct. So, Skinner, Oliver Skinner, can be a pressing forward, or he could be an advanced forward. Let's see what his physical was. Aha, here we go. Physicals. Where's the physical? It's got 12 acceleration, 11 agility. Strength is a 3. Okay. Is that going to be good for pressing? Off the ball's an 8. Work rate's a 9. Not got the greatest bravery. So, you can be, I say, an advanced forward on attack. What can Wiggle Thomas be? Wiggle Thomas. Okay, let's make you a target forward on support. Wiggle Thomas. Then Robertson. Actually, you can be a wing on support, actually. And then we'll stick with you as a wing on attack. That's good. Simon, I want you to be ball winning on defend. Morin, I want you... Oh, wait. You should be ball winning on defend, actually. And then this guy can be deep line playmaker on support. Then Pearson, no nonsense centre back, that's fine. Lewis, no nonsense centre back. Hayes, you could be a central defender as a cover. And then what can the goalkeeper be? Goalkeeper's just a goalkeeper on defend. There we go. So let's submit the team. And we go into our first game of the 24-25 season in pre-season. And it's up against Marsden Saints reserves. So Pump Fist, go up there and show me why you should be picked in the team. Pump Fist, go out and show me why you deserve to be in the team. Pump Fist, go out there and reason to pick you. Pump Fist, go out there and show me why you deserve to be in the team. So, after a long off season, we are finally back in action. Hopefully, this is just, I say hopefully go and get a result, but this is just to see how well the players play, more than anything. I was going to say we're reigning champions, but we can't really try and regain our title because we go and battle for a brand new title. Hopefully we get a goal or two here. So the ball's going to be whipped in by the opposition. As the ball gets whipped in, Kavanga heads the ball over to Sinner. Sinner plays the ball down to Robson. Robson plays the ball over to Wardby, if I said that guy's name right. And we're 1-0 up. 1-0 up with our new right midfielder. Bagging his first goal for the club. And what a start for Royal Oak, as they are 1-0 up from their first shot on target. So now we're having to defend it, which we do very, very nicely. Are we going to be able to keep that ball in? We are with Robinson. Robinson's on the ball. What's he going to do here? Probably going to play the ball in the middle as he plays it to Sinner, who gives it to Wiggins Thomas. And the shot from Wiggins Thomas was saved. Roberts gives the ball to Wilson for the opposition. The ball's whipped into Lowe, but it's been cleared to Kenley. And the ball's been whipped back into the box, straight to Keedale. And Keedale, with the goal kick, plays the ball long, and it finds Wigan Thomas. And Royal Oak are 1-0 up. Still. Ball's been whipped in from the corner. And it is a penalty. Penalty to Royal Oak, as the defender for Royal Oak was pushed over. And who's stepping up to take the penalty? It is Wiggins Thomas. And Wiggins Thomas, against Thomas in goal, puts us 1-0 up. Ruben Wiggins Thomas. As it is 2-0 to Royal Oak. So we've got quite a bit of players here that we are getting used to pronouncing, and some players that we probably might not be able to pronounce at all. So the ball's going to get whipped in. Headers cleared, and Kieran Pearson can come away with the ball here, as he's meant to be playing left back, but has ended up in a midfield position. And Skinner, what can Skinner do here? Oliver Skinner whips the ball in, and it will find Wiggins Thomas, who looks to go backwards and finds Tom Hayes, who tries to get the ball to Bradley Simmons, but the ball comes away with the opposition. Fantastic for McMaureen. Brilliant play. So you're going to find the back of the net again. Shot saved onto the post, but it's been cleared by the opposition. Only as far as Royal Oak's defence. Brilliant. Ball played to Skinner. Go on, Skinner. Skinner going to whip the ball in. He whips the ball into Wigan Thomas. But he wasn't able to keep the header down. And it's gone out for the goal kick. So I'm going to praise the lads as we are 2-0 up. So, as we're at half time, we're going to make a whole team change. So we're going to have Jack Ward coming on. And then at right back, we're going to have Jack Holden. Left back, we're going to have Kieran Pearson coming off for Freddie Stanley. And then Josh Johnson is going to come on for Bradley Simmons. And Ashley Harris is going to come on for Robson. Melinda Mema is going to come on for the goal scorer. Tom Woodby. And then Dylan Bebb's going to come on for Wiggins Thomas. Okie dokes. And then later on in the second half, we will take Oliver Skinner off, and then we'll bring Woods Garness on. So we've pretty much almost made a whole team change. There's a few players we weren't able to change to fully make a whole team change. So we've already got a free kick with a foul on Ashley Harris. But I don't think the free kick led to anything, so we didn't see the highlight. But Ashley Harris has already picked up a knock or some sort of an injury. Which is a bit disappointing. So the goalkeeper for the opposition goes long, but Stanley was able to header that down to Ashley Harris. Oh no, it's Mema that got the injury. Thought it was Harris. Bebb, what can Dylan Bebb do here? And is it another penalty? We've got another penalty. And who's going to step up to take it? It is Dylan Bebb. Will Dylan Bebb get his first goal of the 24-25 pre-season? Dylan Bebb slots it home and we are 3-0 up. So we're going to get to the 70th minute and we're going to make a couple of more subs. So Skinner will be staying on because I don't want Mema's injury to get worse. I know he came on, but he's going to be coming off. It is a potential knee injury, so you don't want to make that worse. So we're going to have Wood Garness coming on, and then Jason Gannon will be coming on for Andrew. So the sub will be made after this highlight. Oh, go on, Skinner. Brilliant save by the goalkeeper, who hasn't done too much to save his team in this game. So, Josh Johnson with the free kick. Who's he picked out? Absolutely nobody, but the ball falls to Gannon, who gives it to Skinner. Skinner goes for goal, and Oliver Skinner, with the shot being deflected, has found the back of the net for his first Royal Oak goal. It's great to see some of these new signings get in with some of the goals, as we are 4-0 up. So we should comfortably win this pre-season game 4-0, or even score probably a 5th or a 6th goal. Just as I say that, we have a highlight. Ashley Harris whips the ball in, and Wood Garnett almost scored the 5th goal of the game. So Stanley plays over to Josh Johnson, who gives it back to Stanley, who plays it to Ashley Harris, who whips the ball in to Skinner. Oh, Skinner hits the crossbar as it bounces down and then bounces back out towards play. But we've got ourselves a corner with Josh Johnson to take the corner as the ball gets whipped in, but falls to Stanley, who gives it to Josh Johnson. And Holden. Wait, we've got somebody called Holden? Oh no, Jack Holden. Okay. So Ashley Harris running down the line. What can Ashley Harris do here? Whips the ball in, but it's been cleared only as far as Wood Garnett. Wood Garnett goes for goal, but saved out to Harris. And Wood Garnett gets the ball from a Ashley Harris cross, and Wood Garnett gets himself his first Royal Oaks goal. Pretty much most players who are going to score for Royal Oak this season will probably end up getting their first goal for the club, as we have signed a lot of players. So let's praise. We are 5-0 up, and we can easily say that we have won this game. So we're going into extra time. Will we see another highlight? Yes, we will, with an Ashley Harris free kick. Played into the box, but it's been cleared by Denningson. And then the full-time whistle has blown, and Royal Oak destroy Marston Saints reserves 5-0, and were 2-0 up at half time. I did not mean to say that about the defence. Well done. And then let's say you did well out there. Keep up the efforts. So Mema's out for 1 to 2 days, so he will stay on the bench for the next game. Well, the next game's in 4 days' time. And Oliver Skinner was player of the match. But we are going to rotate the squad for the second pre-season game. But I think we need to rotate due to the fact that we have signed a lot of players, so it'll be good to test out each of the new players. and hopefully for this next friendly we can decide to mix them with a few of the players we signed last season, which will be nice. So we got another offer for Josh Johnson. We did offer... Oh no, we didn't seem to offer him a contract. Oh no, we might have offered him a contract, but then we have to offer him another one. They've got a nice badge. Sandridge Rovers Reserves almost looks like a mix of secondary school and primary school kids who have created that badge. Wait, I have to give it to whoever created this badge. It is quite creative. We're not expecting the best looking badges at amateur football. So we've got a recruitment feedback meeting we're going to attend. Oh, that was just the name of it. Forgot about that. Show other recommendation players, and that meeting, and then we got another weekly staff meeting. Dylan Bebb to be free kick taker. Okay, you can be free kick taker if he wants to be, or if it's being suggested. I think we might have a slight problem with the upcoming league season as it gets underway, because of the amount of players we have signed. We are in a bit of probably a selection dilemma with who we start, who we don't, and so on and so forth. But I think we go into that new season with a mix of players from last season and new signings, because that will probably help us. Oh, we got another friendly with Stappen Hill Reserves. What league are Stappen Hill Reserves in? They are in a amateur league, if I'm not mistaken. Should be an amateur team. Oh no, they're a semi-professional team. But their reserve team are in an amateur league. Okay, that makes sense. So, let's sim up to the next game. And let's rotate the squad as best we can. So, Jack Ward. Jack Holden can go in for Ben. And then Kieran Parson can go in out for Stanley. And then for striker, we're going to put Bradley Wood Garness in for Skinner. And then Melinda Mema will go in for Tom Woodby. Bobby Robson, we will put Ashley Harris. Wigan Thomas, we will put Bebb, and then Josh Johnson in for Tom McMaureen. I think that's absolutely everybody. So we've done our change. So we'll continue to the game. So we've got an inbox. See what we've got in the inbox. Okay, we might get ourselves another centre back, which will be good to partner alongside Tom Hayes. So we got fitness test from Mema. Actually, Mema should stay on the bench. Due to him having that injury, I said he was going to stay on the bench, didn't I? Yep, maybe you can stay at the target forward because there's no point me changing that. So Hayes started getting this friendly is tailor made for him. Oh, Tom Hayes, okay. I go from the start of last season to wanting to have a full 11 of signed players to the start of pre-season getting that wish and pretty much struggling to keep up with who I've signed and who I haven't. Also, it looks like we're up against a lot of new gen or regen players. But hopefully we can do alright. We're playing in our blue kit, as I think we will be throughout pre-season. So we're having to kind of defend in the opening minute. But we make a tackle within the first 20 seconds. And it's a free kick to the opposition. Which, since we made the tackle, it seemed to take about 20 minutes afterwards for the free kick to actually be taken. And what a save by Ward. Not even a minute's played and the opposition have had a free kick and a corner. Will they go 1-0 up early? They play this corner to the outside of the box. What a save. They are dominating these opening 2 minutes. Ball's whipped in. Well done by Hayes. He plays it out to Woodby, who plays it to Woods Garness. Woods Garness plays it over to Jack Holden. And then highlight ends, but Jack Holden's on the ball with this highlight. Plays over to Andrew, who plays it to Bradley Simmons, who plays over to Dylan Bebb. And Dylan Bebb is able to break through the defence. Gets into the box. Dylan Bebb puts it across. And what an effort and what a save by the keeper. So who's going to take the corner? It's going to be Josh Johnson to take the corner. So we just had our first shot on target. Corner's whipped in, but falls to Josh. No, it falls to Hayes, but plays it to Josh Johnson. And Dylan Bebb with the header, but unfortunately goes out for a goal kick. I think he was trying to keep that in play, but it didn't quite work to plan. He ended up heading that out. And we have gone 1-0 down. Oh, but it won't count. He was offside. Not that the results matter in the pre-season. Just looking at the performances. Lovely from Josh Johnson, but it's been cleared to Sims. But will we get this ball back? Where's our defence? Defence are not... Oh, okay. The ball's been given away to Josh Johnson. Over to Bradley Simmons, who gives it to Dylan Bebb. What can Dylan Bebb do here? Is Dylan Bebb going to square it? But it's been cleared. And Dylan Bebb almost got the ball back. But the ball is with Freddie Stanley. And Bradley Wood Garness, I think, has scored his second goal for Royal Oak in this pre-season, assisted by Ashley Harris. So Ashley Harris plays it through to Woodgarness breaks through the defence. Oh, brilliant. Beb heads that through to Woodgarness. How has he missed? How has Woodgarness missed? Woodgarness. But the shot has been deflected and out for a corner. So, corner has eventually been cleared. So we're just waiting for the next highlight. But I do like how Bradley Woodgarness has played in this game. And I like the saves that Jack Ward has made. Simmons goes for goal. But nice save by Thomas. Seems like some of the players who were here last season are looking like they're being outshone, some of them, by the players that we have signed. So hopefully players we have who were here last season can hopefully step up and improve to show that they are worthy of their spot still. So Freddie Stanley, who's got the ball back from Simmons, plays the ball in. Beb heads it to Holden. Holden to Josh Johnson. Josh Johnson goes for the long range effort, but it goes over the bar. Let's encourage. Try and get a second goal. Can we clear it? Well done, Ward. Well done, Jack Ward. Jack Ward plays the goal kick up to Dylan Bev, but Woodgarness has got the ball. What can Woodgarness do here? Is Woodgarness going to go for goal? But saved and out for a corner. That will be taken by Josh Johnson, who's going to whip the ball in. And the ball falls to Woodgarness. Woodgarness finds one of the defenders, Andrew, gives it to Hayes, but Hayes' shot was blocked and out for another corner. Going to be taken by Freddie Stanley. And Freddie Stanley is going to whip the ball in. And the header's been cleared as far as Andrew. Gives it to Woodgarness, who gives it to Stanley, but it's been whipped in and cleared. So the ball finds its way back to Stanley. And Stanley gives it to Simmons. Simmons to Josh Johnson. He gives it to Andrew. And then the highlight ends there. And it looks like we're close to half time. And we're going into half time with the 1-0 lead. We could improve a little bit more with our end product, because I feel like we are lacking in front of goal. Yes, we've had 9 shots, 5 on target, but they've been able to defend well to only keep us to 1-0. And I feel like we could do a little bit better in the middle of the pitch, as I feel like when we're picking the ball up in the middle of midfield, it looks like we're not looking dangerous until the ball eventually reach our attacking players, and then we are looking a bit dangerous. But I feel like we need to be more dangerous before we get the ball to our attackers. So go to the tactics, and I'm going to make a whole team change. Kieran Pearson for Stanley, Ben Lewis for Jack Holden, Bobby Robson for Ashley Harris, Bradley Simmons for Tom Maureen, Wigan Thomas for Bebb, and then Gannon. I say Gannon for Hayes, and then when it gets to the 65th minute, we'll make a double change. 65th minute with Melinda Mehmet coming on, and Skinner can come on for Wood Garness. Due to Melinda Mehmet having a slight injury that he got, that said he'll be out for 1 to 2 days, we don't want to rush him back. So we don't want him to play like a full 90 minutes, like slowly ease him back in. Because if he gets a similar injury, it could be worse potentially. So easing him back in is the best option. So Josh Johnson gives it to Lewis. Ball's being put in. And Wigan Thomas, unfortunately, put his shot wide. So we're looking a little bit more dangerous. Looking like we're controlling the game here. So he whips the ball in. Robertson. Shot hit the post. But Josh Johnson's got the ball. McMaureen. What can McMaureen do? Looks to get into the box. He's going to whip it in. Fingertipped save as the ball falls to the opposition player. So we're going to make a double change, and it's going to be Melinda Mehmet can go on for Wood Garness, and Olivia Skinner will go on for Tom Woodby. So let's see what Skinner can do on the wing. So we're going to demand more, because I feel like we can do better. So we're having to defend a free kick here. Ball's been whipped in, and the ball eventually went into the back of the net, but it will not count because it's another offside goal. So I think that's 2 offside goals that have been scored against us. Oh, go on, Mema. And it's a free kick. Oh no, Mema looks like he might be injured. And it's a red card for the opposition. Luckily, Mema hasn't picked up the knock symbol, so he looks like he's okay to carry on. So now we're up against 10 men. I don't think there's been that often where we've been up against 10 men. but in a friendly against Sandridge Rovers reserves, hopefully we can keep our lead and keep showing that we are playing well. Mema puts the shot over the bar and out for a goal kick. So Parson gives it to Maureen. Ooh. Well defended. And it's out for a Royal Oak corner. Going to make a slight change. And we're going to shift Wiggins Thomas over with Skinner. So Skinner goes back up front. But we're going to swap Skinner around with Armelindo Mema. So Mema could be the target forward. Hopefully Wiggins Thomas can do a little bit better on the wing. And it's out for a Royal Oak throw-in. So Mema with the corner. Well cleared, only as far as Oliver Skinner, who gives it to Bobby Parson, who plays it out to Armelindo Mema, to Bradley Lewis. Oh no, to Ben Lewis, I mean. Out to Armelindo Mema. Armelindo Mema hits the post, but Olivia Skinner is there to tuck it home. To make it 2-0 with our 21st shot of the game, 11 on target. The ball goes out for a Sandridge corner. And the ball's going to be whipped in. But will it be cleared? Which it will, only as far as Taloga. Taloga's going to put the ball back in. But instead he has to play it backwards. And Maureen picks up the loose ball as he plays it over to Bobby Robson, and unfortunately Bobby Robson wasn't able to keep the ball in. But a praise for being 2-0 up. They almost scored from the free kick there to almost give themselves a lifeline. But Ben Lewis plays the ball to Wiggin Thomas. Wiggin Thomas whips the ball in to Robson. And Bobby Robson puts its header over the bar. And the final whistle has blown at Normanstown Park. And we win the game 2-0. And man of the match came off in the 67th minute. And he was named player of the match. Tom Wadby. The Royal Oak turned dominance into victory against Sandridge Rovers reserves, and our next game is in 3 days. Shall we fit in one more game? How long have we been filming So Josh Johnson has decided to sign the new contract at Royal Oak, even though he'll be earning nothing. So we're going to sim up to the next game, but we will be having a part 2 of friendlies. So in the next episode, we will continue with the friendlies. So we've scored 7 goals so far in pre-season without conceding. Hopefully you guys are enjoying pre-season so far. And hopefully you guys can enjoy the rest of pre-season and the start of the season when that begins. So we're almost at the day of the 3rd friendly match. So we were only meant to have had 4 friendly games, but then one friendly got arranged, I think after we had just played our first, just as we were simming up to the first friendly game, we got the news of another friendly that was arranged with Stappenhill reserves. So it was meant to be Long Stratton, that was meant to be the last friendly game, but it ended up still being the last friendly game, but not being the 4th and final game. It is the 5th and final game instead. So for the next episode, we are going to be playing Shep Shed Amateurs Reserves, then we'll be playing Stappenhill Reserves, and then we'll be playing Long Stratton. So I hope you guys have enjoyed Season 2 Episode 1, and I will catch you guys next time on Monday, where we will be finishing the rest of pre-season and potentially kick-starting the league. But if not, then the league will kick-start in episode 3. So this will be a good time to make sure, even though it will pop up on your screen, to make sure to like, subscribe and comment. And let me know, out of the new players that we have signed, who looks like your favourite so far. But before we officially go, we've had 26 in attendance for that game and 21 in attendance for the second friendly. So hopefully we can get the same kind of numbers or more fans attending, but we will have to wait and see. And for next time, this has been Drewster Gamer FC, and I'll be back for episode 2 in season 2.